Нам, конечно, не хотелось бы точно так же, как турецкой сборной, начинать этот турнир. Ну и после нескольких минут контроля мяча и выпадов в сторону ворот Каспера Шмейхеля финская сборная переходит к оборонительным действиям. Это, наверное, достаточно предсказуемый сценарий. Датская команда, естественно, рассматривается как фаворит. Очень серьезный атакующий потенциал у команды Каспера Юльманда. Достаточно вот просто для начала, для затравки, что в заявке команды Дании нет ни
Joachim Mæhle, who's done splendidly with Atalanta this year. Eriksson held up momentarily, and the shot from Vint fired in and palmed away by Hradecki.
Well, he was an excellent save, had to get down smartly to his right. Shot was on target by Vind, that's exactly right. Make the keeper do some work. Certainly had to.
Look at the queue on the goal line here. Very crowded in the penalty area. And the referee coming to sort this out. He wasn't happy last time.
Well, there's so much pushing and shoving. And of course, the referees for Euro 2020 have been warned, and certainly the players have, to stop the excessive pushing and shoving. But look at that. Look how many players are on the goal line.
There must be a dozen bodies inside the 6-yard box there. Back to Eriksson. Paulsen. Only got the faintest touch. Well, we expected lots of Denmark pressure, Tony.
Yes, and I think just build and two up top. They are a counter-attacking side. Denmark will have plenty of possession, but what can they do with that possession? Because Finland really are dogged defensively and will try and catch you out at the other end when Pukki can get on the ball.
Jesper Human, the Denmark coach, was asked about it at the media conference yesterday, expecting Finland to play quite deep. How do you break them down when they're rugged, when they're solid?
Move the ball around quickly. You see, you have time here, but don't take time. Keep shifting the Finland defenders around.
And Højbjerg, right at the start of that move, Eriksson looking for Brathwaite there. He did score in the last friendly they played, the 2-0 against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Cornelius came off the bench and scored almost instantly with a powerful header. Højbjerg. This is Vass. Nice little back heel from Eriksson to Poulsen. Højbjerg. Poulsen involved again. Mæhle. Poulsen on the outside. Good block from Spav.
Just a little too aggressive from Højbjerg in that midfield, but that's what he's in there for. This time Mæhle comes forward from fullback. Spav has already put in a couple of crunching challenges. I expect a few more from the skipper in that midfield area. He'll be busy.
Yeah, he's such a big, important player for Finland, Tim Spav. He had knee surgery back in March. And it was only for the recent friendly against Sweden where he played the first 45 minutes. Whether he could be included in the final squad of 26. Just remind you, only 23 can be named for any given match. Up to 5 substitutions during the group stages. Finland have actually been gathering around their flag every morning at their base camp near St. Petersburg. every day one of the group expresses what Finnishness, or what wearing the Finland shirt means to them. I suppose Iceland lay down something of a template that what happened to them 5 years ago.
Yes, I think this Finnish side, just like that Iceland side you mentioned, had great spirit, and that's what all the players seem to say.
Great take, Eriksson pulled it down beautifully. And here's Christensen, Eriksson, Delaney, Mæhle. Denmark setting the early tempo as you'd expect. Back with Delaney. In towards Vint. Didn't get the full contact.
Always difficult. Didn't have much of a run-up. Shaughnessy just does enough as well. Stands his ground. Was strong against Vint. He does get the touch, but can't direct it on goal.
Finland can't really get a grip of it right now. This time off Toivio. I wonder what routine we're going to see from Denmark this time around. Vint taking up his station just in front of Hradecki. Christensen joining in as well. And Care from deeper. And I nearly said it was a comfortable catch, but it was anything but.
That's 2 or 3 times now that hasn't quite caught it cleanly, so nerves, which is natural, are quite clear in this Finnish side. They haven't been able to get too many passes in. On that occasion certainly was a foul. Now, can they get 3, 4, 5 passes, move it up the pitch and really settle into this game? Because at the moment it really is all Denmark.
The coach of Finland, well, he reckons it was the UEFA Nations League that gave his players, his team, the belief, the platform to build on. And Christensen thought he won it fair and square against camera. The referee thought otherwise.
Well, there's no doubt that he'd get the ball, but it was quite an aggressive challenge. Clearly Anthony Taylor thought it was too aggressive.
Referee's chief for this, Roberto Rossetti, who's been talking about the need to clamp down on some of the offences you tend to see week in, week out. The pushing, the holding, some of the play acting. Along with this Finnish free kick. Regained by Camera. Such was the demand in Finland to get a piece of the action. Even prior to the pandemic, they had, I gather, more than 100,000 applications for the tickets. They are gripped. They are captivated as a nation by this. That's Eriksson more and more starting to pull the strings in midfield here. Switching it for Delaney. That's a good ball in, and Højbjerg tipped over by Hradecki.
Really is an excellent touch from the keeper just to put it over the bar, but Højbjerg up from midfield, normally the holding midfielder. Even he manages to get forward. Gets his head to it as well. Keeper Hradecki does extremely well just to help it on its way over the bar.
He did score in that run of impressive European qualifiers in March. Eriksson. Fast going in on Pukki. And this time, Finland can take a breath and push on to what so far has been rather uncharted territory.
I think we'll see a lot of that sort of play. The counter-attack from Finland, but isolated. Pukki there had to go just about all on his own, and they lose the ball again. Now, can they build play up, commit a few bodies forward, and put Denmark under some sort of pressure?
The first quarter of an hour really has been pretty well all Denmark. What a treat, what a tonic for them to be in a major tournament on home soil for the very first time. Back in '92, as they were given Yugoslavia's place after sanctions resulting from the Yugoslav wars. Beat France, the Netherlands, and then of course famously Germany in the final. Their one and only major championship success. Actually all the more remarkable, Kim Vilfort, the man who settled the match, twice had to leave the Danish camp to be with his only 7-year-old daughter, who was suffering from leukemia at the time. Finland to relieve a little bit of the early pressure. His camera. Urinen. Finland, the 34th country to qualify for the UEFA European Championship. Just for a few minutes, he has Morten V. Horst. Morten Vikhorst, you may remember from the World Cup in France back in 1998. Eriksson. Look at the run from Vass beyond him there. Back with Eriksson, space to shoot. And Hradecki happy to just plant it, poke it, stab it to safety. Shaughnessy going back to Hradecki. Side who've played for Danish clubs in O'Shaughnessy's case.
No one is anywhere near him. Urinen tries to get there.
Right side. That's the sort of quick release you were talking about.
I mean, the pass wasn't great. As soon as Lurd actually put his head down, Pukki made a secondary run. It's a slight miscommunication, but that's what... The problem is, of course, they always play so deep, Finland, so... Palo combine with him well up top. That will be key for Finland.
Weights lurking, and they're claiming it took a turn.
Well, O'Shaughnessy got into a right muddle inside the box. Really should have just cleared it. Merriman had a word with him afterwards as well, but for some inexplicable reason, for a corner kick.
By the penalty spot once again. Tactics becoming clearer. Eriksson drills it. That's Delaney.
Moment, but given so much time at that back post, and with the players around Radetzky, he can't come and get the ball. No one's picking up Delaney, just leaning back, and over it goes.
In many ways, there weren't too many headaches and matters to ponder for Kasper Heumann in his team selection today, but some last weekend against Bosnia and Herzegovina maybe gave him something to think about, because like Eriksson, wonderful playmaker, creator who's able to pick a pass, pick a player, pick a colleague. Probably had the best two passes of the match last Sunday. Forward by Toivi. There's Pukki, and he's in behind Kjær. Kjær's got a big problem here. All sorts of holding.
Well, he looks at the referee, Anthony Taylor, but didn't quite have the speed to get away from the defender. Did he impede him? He certainly got level. Arm was on his shoulder, but I think he actually shows good speed, Simon Kjær, to get back at Pukki.
Huge recovery by Simon Kjær, who's been the linchpin of Milan's defence in Serie A this season. What I was saying earlier about the comparisons with Iceland's rise and their appearance at the last Euro. One of the features of their play were the big booming throws. Just past the midway point of the first half in Copenhagen. And Poyampalo maybe getting in the way of Arojuri.
Yes, the big centre-half, Arojuri, comes up and collides with his own player, but O'Shaughnessy has got one long throw. We saw one on the left-hand side that came in really low. This one came in a lot higher, but he can throw it into the penalty area from anywhere.
Markku Kanerva, building on that spirit, the camaraderie that exists. He did take the under-21 team to European finals. And indeed, Tim Sparb was back, part of that group. They've grown, they've developed together. That was back in 2009. Stolen here by Højbjerg. Brathwaite taking on Toivi. Oh! A little flash of acceleration.
And he found the space on the left-hand side, just couldn't get it back across goal, needed to go to the keeper's left, instead it went to his right. Fiampolo was the one that actually gave the ball away in the middle of the pitch, and after that, Denmark was straight at the back line of Finland.
Koyampolo looking for Pukki. At the moment, the two wing-backs for Finland have been pinned back.
Well, it's hard to see how they're actually wing-backs at the moment, because they really are just auxiliary full-backs playing with a 5. They can't get forward, they can't get up and support, so that really does lead their two strikers very isolated at the top of the pitch.
And that tells the story. To nil.
Well, Delaney comes in, and Torbio does an excellent piece of skill, but then he's just collected his thigh. Is where the problem is, because Delaney has just launched into him. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Apollo missed it. Forced it up by Christensen, and Pukki's gone down there. Bearing in mind he's only just coming back, really, from a turn here from Anthony Taylor for Teemu Pukki. Seemed innocuous.
Of course, because it does seem a head injury, it is important. You watch out for the safety of the player. It's a swinging arm, purely accidental. He just runs straight into it.
Pukki perfectly okay. Just saw Dolberg go through there. Taylor for Finland. Messi Lappalainen. Talking about the connection between the coach and some of the key players. Here comes Kjær with Christensen to discuss with Kasper Heumann. We saw Tim Sparv talking to Markku Kanerva. Copenhagen, actually a city that at one point looked as if it might actually miss out on the prestige of being one of the host cities this year, as it was also the starting point for the Tour de France, something that they will now do next year. Sound of chanting fans, very welcome. Denmark probing, and Poulsen lurking. And goalkeeper, I don't know whether it was the goalkeeper or Poulsen who caught Uronen here.
Well, I think they've just collided together, haven't they? Uronen is trying to come back and help out his kick. And they just go straight into each other.
Well, a few injuries just disrupting any momentum, especially that Denmark have been building.
Well, as much as it has been painful, of course, for the two recent Finnish players that have been on the deck, it does break up play. It stops Denmark really building a head of steam, because they were dominating the match, but stop-start, there's no doubt that will suit Finland. Here's the cross in from Mæhle. It's a good one.
Yeah, nasty collision. Mention about use of Poulsen He's got the name Urari on his back, as he always has, to honour his late father. One for Uranen to make him rather wince, I suspect, but Radetzky's certainly okay. And Uranen sufficiently dry-eyed again to continue. Just over half an hour gone. Finland yet to get a single effort on Denmark's goal. By contrast, Denmark keep knocking on the door. Christensen. Kier to Vass. As always, one of the keys with any major tournament, the strength in depth. I have to say that Denmark have a pretty good looking bench these days as well, whether it be Cornelius or Jensen earlier down there. Striegel Larsen, very adaptable, very helpful to them.
Mailer again down that left hand side, takes up some really good positions, can't quite find the right pass just yet.
It's a very one-sided corner count too right now, and Denmark again 2 by the goalkeeper, 2 by the penalty spot. Delaney and Kier spin away. Kier goes for it. Back with Eriksson. Finland with the player down inside the area, and Anthony Taylor wants him to get some attention. You can see Pukki now with some cotton wool up his nostril. After that flailing left arm from Christensen.
So Shaughnessy is down, but it was so far away from the plate, no one really saw what happened. There's no doubt he took a whack to the face because he is bleeding. It's just as he came down.
I'm not sure whether the ball just hit him full on the nose there, and absolutely right to halt proceedings here, albeit it disrupts the rhythm. Centre back as a player, Markku Kanerva. What a special day for the whole of Finland. And rather perfect place to begin, really. 11 venues being used across Europe. None more appropriate for today's history makers. The Eagle Owls. All stemmed from an eagle owl called Booby. Lived in the tower of Helsinki's Olympic Stadium. The medical team for Finland patching up O'Shaughnessy. 10 minutes of the first half remaining. Poulsen around the back of Radetzky, who's looking ever more confident with every clean catch and touch.
He is, and he's an important player. Very good goalkeeper to Bayer Leverkusen as well. And that's why they put players around him, stop him coming out and grabbing those corner kicks. But he certainly has got some confidence. Very experienced, of course, as well.
I think the other thing, Tony, when we were discussing the build-up to this, Finland, with such a historic moment in their footballing lives, they've had so long to wait. You just wonder whether it can spill over too much at times.
Yes, it's all about controlling your emotions, and they've strived for so long, haven't they, to reach one of the big international tournaments. But they had to wait 12 long months, and just controlling all of that isn't sometimes easy. I thought certainly at the start of this game they did struggle. Some of the tackles were a little wild, but now they're settling into it. But this is the style that they play.
Paulson. And Vint. Eriksson lurking, ready for the second ball, but there's the determination of Lund once more. Eriksson for Denmark here. Finland, well, maybe they can clear their lines a bit better here. Lund was late. He's on a yellow, remember. 8-3-8. Delaney on the receiving end.
Well, he didn't quite put 100% into that challenge. No doubt that he did bring, for me, Delaney down, but he gets away with that. Got to be careful, because going down to 10 men, you couldn't see a way back for Finland then.
Talking about the scale of Finland's one, 32 failed qualifying campaigns spread across 9 decades. That's the sense of achievement.
Quite simply, they've already won just by being here, which is tremendous for Finland. Pukki will go down in absolute history. 10 goals out of the 16 in their qualifying campaign, but they want to do well now. He's had precious little service in the areas that he needs. That's in and around their box.
In a way, I suppose facing Finland first time around for Denmark, it's arguably the toughest time to face them when they're having such a momentous moment. But Denmark, with Belgium, Russia, Finland in this group, top 2 from each of the 6 groups go through to the knockout stages, along with the 4 best teams finishing 3rd. Pukki. And Pukki, for all his goals at international level, of course he's done remarkably well at club level too. He's helped Norwich City back into the English Premier League.
Yes, scoring 26 goals in the process as well, so he is an absolute goal machine. And Finland's star man, but at the moment he's running around the game, can't get involved enough and forward.
Denmark number 10 in the world right now. Eriksson just hesitated to play that towards Poulsen. Now Vint. Brathwaite. Great angle. And he made the angle for himself there.
Yes, did well, squirming inside the box to find that yard of space. Important to get some quick 1-2s in and around the box, and then when he did, cut inside. See what he's trying to do, find that corner, always going wide.
Now 30, Martin Brathwaite. It's a 50th cap against Bosnia and Herzegovina last weekend. Again, engaging arms with Pukki. Pukki's flick. Vajampalo couldn't go and offer himself there. He might have been in an offside position.
In the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, we saw Camera from midfield for Finland stride forward and get into some good areas. Not seen that since. They're just getting pushed back.
Here's Joachim Mæhle. Atalanta, one of those clubs who've emerged over the course of the last few years to become credible contenders at Europe's top table, part of the UEFA Champions League yet again. Like Vass, another of the versatile utility players in Denmark's armoury. And Vass it was, he was rising there.
Just gets above Urunen. The wing-back for Finland just does enough, stands his ground. Always difficult to get a lot of power on that sort of header.
So these two second in their qualifying groups. Denmark second behind Switzerland, but above Republic of Ireland, Georgia, Gibraltar, unbeaten over their 8 group games. Also with 5 of their 23 goals. Camera spinning away from one and not finding the cleanest pass. Højbjerg had read it for Denmark. And there's Arayuri across to cover against Eriksson.
He read the ball, didn't he, into the channel. Eriksson just trying to get on the ball, in and around the box, but down goes Christian Eriksen.
And a sense of urgency here with Christian Eriksen. It does seem to have glazed over. Kasper Schmeichel immediately coming up to check on, keep everybody away, and I have to say this looks very unpleasant.
Well, as the ball was getting thrown in, he was running towards it, but then just collapsed, and in the end it hit his thigh, went back to the thrower, but he was already on his way down.
Well, credit to Anthony Taylor for stopping the play immediately, but the immediate for Denmark's playmaker in chief. Stretcher has been called for. And with just a couple of minutes to go to half-time, one of the most gifted players, not just in Denmark, but in European and world football, has collapsed in very worrying circumstances. And you can see Paulus Arayuri there covering his face. The players, Christian Eriksen here. This looks like a horrible moment for him. And with the stretcher there, the fans showing Eriksen and the Danish team just how much he matters, but this is hugely upsetting.
It's a frightening moment, it really is. You can see the players, they're trying to form a circle around Christian Eriksen to try and give him some privacy. But this is worrisome.
Parken Stadium in Copenhagen, anxious and praying for some good news here. Think back to players like Fabrice Muambra. Prayers being offered by the coach, and some of Christian Eriksen's colleagues are in tears at the moment. You could see the medical team caring for him. Delaney, Poulsen. So much to celebrate with the return of fans and the return of the European Championship. The players screening, shielding Christian Eriksen, being attended by Denmark's medical team. Anxious faces dotted all around Parken Stadium here. Anthony Taylor going to talk to the two coaches. Mentioned Fabrice Mamba. Marc-Vivien Foé is another player that football remembers. The concern here for Christian Eriksen is tangible. Well, the faces have gone from being celebratory to being those of fans alarmed. This is not what it was supposed to be. This is truly awful, Tony.
It most certainly is, because this day was built up as such a huge game for both nations. Finland's first in a major championship, and Denmark in front of their own fans with a great opportunity to get off to a good start in Euro 2020. Instead, we are witness to something that we never really want to see on a players. The Danish players are in tears, Finland as well. Football at the moment certainly is furthest from our thoughts.
The stadium can barely believe what we've just witnessed. Christian Eriksen still being attended to, but excited, happy faces have suddenly been covered with furrowed brows and tears from many. To Casper Human as this is all unravelling. Colleagues, friends, what could and should have been the finest hour between these two Nordic is suddenly tainted, is suddenly tinged with an altogether different experience. It did look at one point as if the medical team were trying to resuscitate Christian Eriksen, but I don't want to speculate about what's happened, and I don't want to speculate about his condition. Frankly, that would seem disrespectful, and at the moment you can see from the players' reaction the level of concern. Copenhagen has suddenly got a horrible hush. Well, without specific news, it's impossible to speculate on what happens next. But as you said, Tony, quite rightly, the immediate concern here for Christian Eriksen, one of the finest players Denmark has ever known.
Well, what is clear, as soon as he did go down, the players knew the seriousness of the incident. The medical staff were on there as quick as they could, so he will be getting the best attention possible. And we just pray.